Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I feel like I'm at that age where everybody's starting to have babies. So, and I thought I was late having a baby. I am about to be 29 and I feel like this is gonna be a helpful video for those who want to know if they're pregnant or want to know what the early signs are and are just excited and all that. So if you want to see early signs of how do you know if you're pregnant, keep on watching. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant when I was 6 weeks pregnant, about to be 6 weeks pregnant. And I feel like it didn't cross my mind that I was, because I was on birth control and I had been on birth control for years. So it wasn't like I started getting the signs of pregnancy before my missed period. So at about 4 weeks, because I found out at 6 weeks and I started having symptoms like 2 weeks before. So at 4 weeks pregnant, I experienced first sign, boobs. For me, it was my boobs. My boobs got bigger and like they hurt. They were very tender. And I just assumed, you know, whenever you are in your period, like your boobs tend to kind of hurt. But this was different. Like I've noticed that they were bigger. And I remember asking Gilbert, like, I think my boobs are bigger. And he was like, yeah, they do look bigger. But we didn't think anything of it. Like it was just kind of like, because I had never looked into about pregnancy symptoms or anything like that. So I just didn't know that that was a symptom. I know, weird, but I didn't know. So my boobs were bigger and they were just kind of felt like swollen, I guess. And they were very like you could see the veins more. I'm very pale, but you could really see the veins. They were more like out there. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And there's a lot of people that say that theirs are super sensitive. Mine weren't super sensitive to where like if you touched them it hurt, but I just noticed that they felt like tender. So that was my first sign. The second symptom was tiredness. Y'all, pregnancy tiredness is no joke. I mean, I was so tired. So I'm a kind of person that doesn't nap. I don't normally nap. I just don't. Like I don't get tired. Like I get tired, but not to where I nap. So I never nap. I just get home and I just do whatever I have to do when I got off work. But when I say like I was extremely tired, like I would come home, sit on the couch and fall asleep, and I didn't even realize that I fell asleep until Gilbert would come home from work, and I would wake up and I was like, when the heck did I even fall asleep? Like that's how tired I was, that I just could not like stay awake. It was so hard to stay awake. I remember there were times where I would go to sleep like at 7 or 8 and I would not wake up till the next morning, and I would wake up tired. Like, yeah, like tired, like I hadn't slept. And it was like that like every day. And I would be at work just yawning, and I was just like, what is going on? And I thought that was weird. Like I was like, but in my mind I was like, there's something wrong with me. Like there has to be something wrong, because I'm never this tired. So I just assumed there was something wrong. I just felt different. And Gilbert thought it was weird too, because I would always struggle going to sleep. Like I never fell asleep early. Like, so whenever I was falling asleep at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, he was like, what's going on? Third sign was cramping. I would cramp. I would start cramping and I was like, okay, my period is coming, but then nothing would happen. And then I would start cramping again and nothing would happen. And so I normally cramp the day before, just like one day before. So like the day before I cramp and I know my period is coming the next day. So when I would cramp for like 3-4 days, I just thought it was weird. I was like, why am I cramping and I'm not getting my period? So that is called, I believe that's what they call implantation. That's when everything like it's, I'll just put it on there. I don't want to like explain it wrong, but that's what it is, and that's why you feel the cramping. I didn't spot, but a lot of women say that they do spot. I just didn't get my period at all. So that's when I was like, okay, there's something wrong. And I remember telling Gilbert, like, I've been cramping, but I haven't like gotten my period. Like, it's weird. And the 4th, this is the one that I was like, it was weird. So my sense of smell is terrible. Like, I cannot smell anything. Like, something could be burning and Gilbert would be like, it smells like something's burning, and I'll be like, I don't smell anything. Like, that's how bad my smelling is. But when I say I could smell everything, y'all, I could smell everything. I mean, I would walk into the apartment and immediately like want to just kind of throw up because it was weird. I was just like, what's that smell? Like, it would just smell weird. When I was at work, people's perfumes and things like that, it would bother me so much. I was just like, what is that? Like, it was just like everything just like it hit me so much harder, and it bothered me. Those smells bothered me, candles bothered me, all that just bothered me. So if your scent all of a sudden just heightens, like, yeah. 5th symptom, that symptom was, well, this last symptom was food. So I wasn't nauseous. I'm not gonna say I was nauseous because I wasn't. I think it was too early for me to be nauseous, but I noticed that what I normally would crave all the time, like for example on Fridays, I would always go have seafood with my best friend. That was like our thing to do well, not every Friday, but every other Friday. And this Friday, for some reason we canceled, but in my mind I was like, I'm still having my seafood. But for some reason I woke up and I wasn't craving it, and I was like, what the heck? Like I live for Fridays where I eat my seafood, and I just did not want it. Like, it just wasn't like it just sounded weird. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm just like not hungry, but I'll order it because it takes a long time, and once it gets here, like, I'm sure I'll eat it. And it got here, and I just remember I was so hungry, but I didn't want it, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I've never not wanted seafood. So I forced myself to eat it because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna eat it. And then sure enough, I threw it up. I didn't throw up, like I didn't feel the need to throw up. It was just kind of like I just had to take it out of my system. Like, that's how it felt. Like, it was just gross. But yeah, you guys, I think those are the 5 symptoms that I had from early pregnancy that I knew something was wrong. Because I remember I went to work, and one of my co-workers, I was telling her, like, I'm just so tired, because they kept seeing me yawn, and I was just like, I'm so tired. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I think jokingly, they're like, maybe you're pregnant. And I was like, no, there's no way I'm pregnant. And then they were like, sounds like you're pregnant. But I was like, no, because I haven't been throwing up. Like, I'm not nauseous. Like, those are just the symptoms that you just assume. Like, oh, you're going to start throwing up, and then immediately everybody's like, you're pregnant. But I hadn't thrown up. I wasn't nauseous. So that's how it pretty much, I got home that day. I told Gilbert about it. Gilbert said, just take a pregnancy test. I took it, and he was like, it's positive. And it was so faint because it was so early. So that's another thing, you guys. Like, if you're gonna take a pregnancy test and it's like very faint, just because it's faint doesn't mean it's not positive. Any second line on there, no matter how light it is, it's positive. Obviously, the further along you are, the darker that line gets, the second line gets. But if it's very faint, it just means it's early. Just, if you're like me, I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I was in denial. And then we decided to just go into a clinic and take a test there and like find out there. So we did. That same day that I took it, I went, and they asked me when my last missed period was. According to like the test and everything, they just said I was about to be 6 weeks pregnant, and they were right, because he was born exactly like with that gestation date that they gave me. He was born exactly like the time that he was supposed to. So we were it was accurate. It was like to the T. If you guys have any other questions regarding, or if I'm missing something, please let me know. Those are my early signs of how to know if you're pregnant. If I missed something, let me know in the comments. Any other women that have any input in it, maybe something different for you, go ahead and put it in the comments for me to see. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Don't forget to hit the notification bell just so you don't miss any videos that I post. And oh yeah, and if you guys want to see a makeup tutorial, I did this today, but I don't know if you guys, it's not like an everyday makeup that you can pull off, so I didn't think about filming it. But if you guys want to see it, it's using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. So if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments below and I'll have a tutorial for you guys next week. But thank you for tuning in. I know it's a short video. Hopefully it was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you like, and I will see you next time.